love the energy, the enthusiasm. Hollywood!
This is Utah Tech football and the Lance Anderson Coaches Show.
A lot of good work. I'm really proud of you guys.
And hi there once again, everybody. Rod Zundel here, along with the head football coach of Utah Tech, Lance Anderson. Welcome to the Lance Anderson Coaches Show. Trailblazers coming off a thrilling overtime win over North Alabama Saturday afternoon in Greater Zion Stadium, 34-33. First conference win, first overtime win in the NCAA era, Coach. Just talk about that moment. You've talked about finishing. No better way to finish than in overtime, right?
Exactly. I mean, we had to go a little extra to get it done. A lot of back and forth, ebbs and flows and momentum, but it was great to see us make enough plays, and especially making plays there at the end to be able to win the game.
Now you look to build upon that as you head back out on the road against another nationally ranked team, 18th ranked Abilene Christian, Saturday afternoon. So what did you see in that game against North Alabama that maybe you hadn't seen in the previous couple of weeks?
The big thing was that we just continued to battle, and we've done a lot of that all season long. We just never gave up. And the key thing was we ended up making enough plays to win the game. And that's where in the past we've fallen just a little bit short. We made some plays, but not enough to win the game. This week it wasn't all perfect. We left a lot out there that we can improve on, but we made enough plays to win the game, which was, very, very gratifying.
That first 12 minutes, that first quarter, 30 points scored between the two in the first 12 minutes, and then it kind of settled down. Defense started to take control, but you wanted to take some big shots, and you got a lot of big plays.
We did. We had a number of big plays, where there were some of the runs in the run game with Bretton Stone and Asa Chapman, Chris Street breaking off some runs, and then those in the pass game, the chunks to Daniel Thomason, Josh Rillos, Eric Olson. It helps to make those big explosive plays.
So after the disappointment the week before against the Rivals, what was your focus during the week in practice, and did you see that pay off Saturday?
Definitely, because, again, a big part of our focus has been on making plays. And it starts with making those routine, available plays, not trying to do too much. And, again, it wasn't perfect, but we made those critical plays, whether it's the fourth down conversion in overtime, it's punching it into the end zone and scoring there, kicking the extra point to win the game, but we made enough of those plays to win the game.
All right, well, let's get it started. Let's take a look back at the offensive side of the football with the highlights. And you got off to a really good start. You scored on all of your drives except for the final one. This started off Bretton Stone right up the middle.
Yeah, breaks off a big run here and ends up in the end zone. So those explosive plays that we had, a number of them were directly touchdowns, which definitely helps us finish drives.
Next possession, Bronson Barbin to Daniel Thomason. This was a great adjustment.
Yeah, nice job coming back, making the catch. But again, not only does he make the big play there in the catch, he's able to put the ball in the end zone, and we're able to finish the drive with a touchdown.
That was a 66-yarder. And here comes the ensuing kickoff, Coach. What prompted you to do this onside kick?
Well, this is not exactly how we drew it up, but what you'll see here is you'll see Devin Perkins there running down the sideline, wide open, no one around him, and we knew that was going to be there. We just didn't quite get the ball to him, but we still were able to recover and steal a possession.
Yeah, you got a field goal out of that. Then the next possession, you stopped them on fourth down, and you had the ball on your own 2-yard line, and Barbin hits Josh Rillos.
Yeah, and I believe this was a third down play too, so critical conversion here, and like a 60-something yard play right here to get out from our own goal line and get into their territory.
And then another third down completion to Rillos, and he had to fight for everything there.
Yeah, Josh had a great game for us as well.
Led to another field goal. You're up 20-13 at the half. Fourth quarter now, you're down 7. Barbin, here's that misdirection to the tight end.
Yeah, we've had some success with this throwback to Eric Olson this year, and this was a critical play in the fourth quarter.
A couple of plays later, is this the same play that Bretton Stone scored on in the first half? Asa Chapman?
Pretty similar here, yeah, and breaks free in the line of scrimmage and is free to the end zone.
Chapman, first career game over 100 yards. He was the UAC Freshman of the Week for the second time. All right, so you're tied at 27 because of that touchdown there. You go into overtime, and this was 4th down and 10. They had already scored, missed the extra point. 4th down and 10, you had to have a game over.
Yeah, this is critical. You can see Bronson doing a great job stepping up in the pocket, buying time for Daniel Thomason to get open on the dig route there across the middle, and a great throw and catch.
So you converted a 4th down and 10, a must-have, and now it's 3rd and goal from the 4. Chapman takes it in.
Yeah, great job here again. We did a really good job in the run game all game long, and it's great to punch it in the end zone here and then give us a chance to win the game with the extra point.
Since North Alabama missed their extra point on their touchdown in overtime, Uvadov just put it through the uprights and you win.
And you can see they're bringing all 11 guys, knowing that they've got to block it, and we do a great job in protection, and Ilya does a nice job on the kick.
Feels good to run out on the field.
It
get
does.
a bunch of hugs,
Yeah,
right?
It feels great to get that win.
What was that moment like in the locker room?
Oh, I mean, again, a lot of excitement, a lot of emotion, because our guys have worked really hard, and they put in a lot of work, and each week you see them getting better and better, and that we're competing hard, but it just hasn't turned into as many wins as we like. So when we finally get one, boy, it feels good.
So the numbers are pretty outstanding. 491 yards of total offense, best of the season.
Yeah, outstanding, boy. You put 491 yards up, you should have a good chance to win.
But nearly 7 yards per play, Coach.
Yeah, outstanding. Yeah.
This is what you've been trying to get at for the last year and a half, actually, not just big plays once in a while, but 7 yards of play, you'll take that every game, right?
Exactly. That's what we would like, and this shows what we're capable of. And we're playing a really good football team this week. It'll be challenging, but that's what we need to do to have success.
219 yards on the ground rushing, 100 yards from Asa Chapman. Bretton Stone came in. Chris Street had some nice runs. And then you had some also Eric Olson and a couple of fly sweeps that picked up some
fly
yardage.
Sweeps. And then, I mean, our quarterbacks are so athletic as well.
Yeah.
Bronson and Reggie had some real positive runs as well. I think that's an area that we've really improved on this season, is just being able to run the football. Where last year that was a struggle for us. Sometimes pass protection was a struggle, but we are much better on the offensive line. We are much better at running the football this year.
Bronson Barban had a career-high 272 yards passing. You can really see his development.
Yeah. I thought Bronson played really well, made a lot of real critical throws. We had a couple drops too, or his numbers might have been even better.
Yeah. Daniel Thomason, second career 100-yard receiving game. After a quiet year last year, he has really stepped up his senior year.
He really has. I mean, all year long, Daniel's been very dependable, made a lot of big catches for us. With a receiver with his size, his ability to play physical football, he's done a great job blocking on the perimeter, but he's also done a great job catching the football for us and making big plays in the throwing game.
And you were down a couple of receivers, Dejon Harrison and
Shamar went out during the game.
Shamar went out, and Talik Brown not playing, and Josh
was
Rillos,
out.
who really hadn't been part of the offense the last couple of weeks, he really stepped up.
Yeah, Josh is such a dependable guy, and he's always a guy that's going to do his job. He's going to block when he needs to, but it was great seeing him get involved in the throwing game as well this week.
You had a 100-yard receiver, a 100-yard rusher, first time that's happened in a couple of years. That's called spreading around.
It is. I thought we were very balanced on offense, very effective running the ball, as I've mentioned, and also throwing the ball, and especially throwing the ball down the field. We were able to break off some of those explosive chunk plays.
Okay, now defensively, you were banged up. 3 starting linebackers pretty much out for this game. You had to rely on some guys that hadn't had a lot of experience. They weren't even on the depth chart a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, we had a lot of linebackers really kind of getting their first playing time this year, and a lot of those guys stepped up and played, really well. Whether it's Adrian Darlene, Matalalo Tafisi, Moy Posse, those guys have been getting some scout team reps, very limited reps with the defense, but it just shows you those guys have been engaged in meetings. They've paid attention. They knew what they needed to do, and then they took advantage of the reps they got this week in practice. They were well prepared, and they played well for us on Saturday.
And you were able to get off the field at critical times, as we show you the highlights. The first one, North Alabama down inside your 5-yard line, 4th down. They're going to go for it. Bad snap, but you guys took advantage of that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's, make them go the long way. Don't give up the explosive plays. Make them earn it. And somewhere there might be a mistake. We're going to get a stop, and we certainly did there. That was huge.
Then Dallin Havea comes in and puts pressure on the quarterback. And here's one of those freshmen you're talking about, Adrian Deline. an interception, really his first action right there. He also had 8 tackles.
Yeah, great rush right there by Dallin Have, hits the quarterback. But then again, Adrian Dahlin is there, and he takes advantage of it and is able to make the interception, which was critical play right at the end of the first half.
Second half, here's another one of those guys that stepped up big time, Junior Lolo Tafisi. He had 6 tackles. That was a crucial
not
TFL.
Really nice TFL right there.
And then Jeremiah Jamo, you really have to guard the outside with those speedy receivers when they get him out on an island. Jeremiah Jamo, perfect execution right there.
You know, Jeremiah's been our best cover corner all year long, done a really good job. And I was just so pleased to see the way he tackled and how physical he played on Saturday.
Final minute of the game, they were trying to get the game-winning field goal or touchdown. Will Oliveo put the pressure on, and you forced him off the field in a punt.
Yeah, great coverage there by River Moore. Good rush by Will, and we were able to get a key stop there.
Got the key stop, you got the ball back, and time ran out. You went to overtime, and that's when all the drama happened with the 4th down conversion, the Aisha Chapman touchdown. Okay, so again, we go back to it, harping on it, and you've been working on it ever since the second half of last year, finishing, and no better way to finish than in overtime. So just talk about the mood of this team and saying, okay, this is what we are working towards.
You know, I think the victory, the win really helps the team understand that, hey, we are on the right track. We are moving in the right direction. We are so close, and we just got to get over that hump and learn to just consistently make those plays and finish. But it's a great feeling to be able to do it, and it makes it easier to repeat, you know, once you've done it.
All right, we're going to take our first time out. When we come back, a couple of guys that had a big part in the overtime win Saturday afternoon. That's when the Lance Anderson Coaches Show comes back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes. Here, we celebrate active learning, active life. Our Trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Here, students get the full college experience and choose from 300 affordable academic programs. All in one of the most stunning destinations on Earth. With this as your backyard, life is just as active as your education. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University.
And welcome back to Lance Anderson Coaches Show. We are now joined by a couple of redshirt freshmen. To my immediately left is freshman defensive back Jeremiah Jamo from Salt Lake City, Utah, the pride of the Highland Rams. And then, of course, the local guy here, redshirt freshman quarterback Bronson Barbin, former Dixie Flyer. Guys, welcome. All right, so Jeremiah, let's talk to you first. Just explain the crucial moments, being able to finish and coming away and being able to taste and celebrate a win.
I mean, it was great. We got that earlier the year during NIU. I mean, we executed, we did what we needed to do. I mean, we knew it was something we could do. It was just a matter of time for us to get it done.
Coach has been talking about the defense needs to get off the field. You were able to do that at critical times, so just talk about the thought process in getting that done.
I mean, the words that our defensive coordinator, Coach Moyen, said all week was strain to finish, and I think that's what we did all game. We were straining to get off the field and to give these guys a chance to score again.
And Bronson, as quarterback, you guys wanted to take some shots, and you did. Let's first talk about the Daniel Thomason touchdown pass. As a quarterback, you like to give your tall receivers a chance, and you gave him a chance, and he took advantage.
Yeah, for sure. That's what Coach, always tells us is just give the receiver a chance. They're our playmakers. They're going to go out and make a play. So that's what we've been harping on all week, and we've been practicing that all week as well. And me and Daniel have got a lot of time after practice to practice throws like that.
And as a quarterback with a tall receiver like that, you don't necessarily need to lead him all the time, right?
Yeah. I mean, he's one that's going to go up there and grab the ball. I just got to put it in arm's reach, and he'll go get it.
Back up to your goal line. This is a scary proposition for any quarterback, but you hit Josh right there. And that play has been pretty successful this year.
Yeah, that's been one of our go-tos, especially on third down. I mean, we got guys that can, beat their defender. They were doing a lot of man, so we just found an opportunity to, make a play.
Do you like to show off your speed?
I do once in a while, yeah. I love to run it when I get to.
And this flare out of the backfield to the running backs, that has been killer the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, that's been one of our best plays all year, and, just getting it to Asa. And
that's the fourth down in overtime. What was that moment like?
I mean, it's what you dream of as a quarterback, especially, all growing up. You dream of fourth down, games on the line and just being able to convert those throws.
Was that the guy you were going to? That's what the whole plan was. It said, Daniel, you better get open.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you.
We worked on that route a lot this week, and it paid off.
Yeah. And Jeremiah, you guys started off top 10 in the country in sacks, but that sacks have kind of gone down the last couple of weeks. But you still were able to get pressure, even though the sacks haven't come the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I mean, we have great guys up there. I mean, Dallon's been doing a really good job. And, I mean, that comes in, we do our part in the secondary. We got to cover, and they got to help us pressure.
And then what's it like out on an island like that?
I mean, it's definitely something you got to get used to. I mean, you got to have a certain mindset to stay out there all game, but when the plays come your way, you got to make them.
This is against Central Arkansas, your first interception right there. Kind of a gift right there. You better not drop it.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could get up the field a little bit more there, but I was happy to get that one.
When you first got that and you took across the field, did you think, hey, I might be able to break this?
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was going to get out of there in that turf. I slipped and fell right away.
All right, Coach, first of all, let's talk about Bronson and his development from last year. Came in midway through the season, got some playing time up until now.
Boy, last year, I mean, Bronson had just gotten home from his mission right before the season and really jumped into it and just took advantage of every opportunity, every rep, just worked as hard as he possibly could, got better every day. And then you really see that this year. I mean, he's battled through some injuries, and you see him playing his best football right now.
Always you want to see an improvement. What would you like to see Bronson do more of?
Just, I mean, continue like we talk about all the time, just the consistency, eliminating the missed throws or misreads, things like that. And that's something that he's been doing each week, just getting better and more consistent.
And Jeremiah, I mean, redshirt freshman, got a little time last year, but really making an impact for your defense.
I mean, really, Jeremiah came in and the games he played in last year really made an impact and really showed us what he was capable of doing. He's been probably our best cover corner all season long, and has really made a lot of plays on the ball. And the thing he's getting better at, he's becoming a better tackler, a more physical player. I mean, he's really turning into a really well-rounded defensive back.
When you were in high school, Jeremiah, with the Highland Rams, obviously you were a talented athlete and all that, but did you focus more on tackling or just trying to get the interceptions?
I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I played receiver a lot in high school.
Yeah?
So, I mean, it was definitely the picks. I'm always going for the ball.
Well, apparently if you're a receiver, you have hands of a receiver, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Have you tried to talk these guys into letting you play receiver?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, not yet.
Down the road, we'll get there.
Hey, Bronson, what's been your biggest obstacle that you've had to overcome, because you dominated in high school and coming into college, a couple year mission, totally different game. So what have you tried to improve upon? What have you noticed and said, okay, I've got to do this. This isn't the same as high school?
Yeah, the game's a lot quicker and everyone's really good. And, that's one thing that you realize when you get out there, and it's just letting the game come to you, not trying to force plays, but just taking what the defense gives you every play. And, that's what I've been trying to improve on each week.
All right, time to get to know you guys a little bit better. Bronson, give us an idea of your family, where you fit in. Now, those in St. George and Utah, you've had some brothers that played at Dixie, so the Barban name is well established with the Flyers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so I come from a big family, so I have 4 brothers and 3 sisters. And I'm 6 of 8. And so, I had a couple brothers that went to Dixie as well. It was awesome to watch them, and they're some of my biggest role models, to see them each week, to go play and watch them and see what they do to prepare, and then being able to go play. And I got to play with my younger brother Jackson. He's actually serving a mission right now as well. Yeah. So that was awesome as well, to play with him. And I think that's really what's helped me, and with my success, is just my brothers, just always competing in everything that we do. Yeah.
So your decision to come to Utah Tech, explain the reasoning.
Yeah, I think the biggest reason, I mean, it's right here in hometown, and it was awesome. The coaches, before they were willing to wait for me to go on my mission to come back, and then Coach Anderson as well was willing to wait for me to get back. And so I'm just blessed to be here and have an opportunity to play football.
Yeah. All right, Jeremiah Jamo, your turn.
Yeah, so I have a family of 4, which is not as big as Bronson's, but I mean, it's there. And yeah, I mean, I came from Salt Lake City, which is 3 hours down the road, 3.5, so it's not far from home. So I get to see my family all the time and all my friends and stuff coming. And I guess I ended up here because it's just really a good place to be at. I mean, I've really learned and I've grown and I've learned how to play football in these past 2 years, and that's what I came here to do.
So where do you fit into the family tree?
I think I'm right in the middle.
You're right in the middle?
Yeah, I'm in the middle, yeah. I'm
Brothers,
really in the middle.
sisters?
All sisters.
You're the only boy?
Yeah.
And how was that?
It was rough. It was rough. It's something, but yeah, it's all right. I've gotten used to it.
All right, well, we're glad you survived.
Yeah.
You know, with a house full of girls.
Yeah, it was crazy. I can't lie.
All right, we're going to take a break. When we come back, got another stiff challenge this week in Texas. Abilene Christian Wildcats, they're coming off a huge win over previously undefeated Tarleton State. That kind of got your attention, right, guys? That's when the Lance Anderson Coaches Show comes back.
Welcome to Utah Tech University. From classrooms to cliffs and lectures to lakes, our trailblazers learn by doing, are career ready, and solve real problems with real partners to meet community needs. Come experience active learning, active life at Utah Tech University. All right, back here on the Lance Anderson Coaches Show. Trailblazers now head out on the road for 2 straight weeks, beginning this Saturday afternoon in Abilene, Texas, against Abilene Christian. Guys, Abilene Christian's coming off a big major win over previously undefeated Tarleton State Saturday at home. They're 5-4 overall, but they're 4-1 in the United Athletic Conference, and they're 4-0 at home. Coach, this is a darn good football team.
This is. The first thing that really jumps out about Abilene Christian, I mean, they are a big physical football team at all positions. They're very talented. They have a lot of variety on defense in terms of coverages and fronts, and then they're very balanced on offense.
And Jeremiah, when you, as a defensive guy, when you look at what they've got on offense, as we look at the highlights, last week they had 2 running backs that just kind of shredded Tarleton's defense, and they really have 3 running backs overall. Rovon Banks and E.J. Wilson combined for 188 of the 233 total yards on the ground last week.
I mean, yeah, that's something we're going to have to look at practice this week. I mean, I look forward to what the coaches have to do for us. We're just going to tackle and do our jobs.
Their quarterback, he can also throw the football as well. Threw for over 200 yards in the win on Saturday. And Bronson, Abilene Christian's defense held Tarleton State to under 100 yards rushing. And Tarleton State's a pretty good rushing team.
Yeah, and I mean ACU, they have a really good defense, and they have a lot of different fronts and a lot of different coverages, and so like we've talked about, it's just just taking the plays that they give us, and sometimes the best play is a check down, if that's what it.
So what is the mood of the team this week after a win in that dramatic fashion on Saturday, Bronson? A little bit more pep in the step this week?
Yeah, I mean, for sure, it's always nice coming off a win. It definitely gives us a lot more confidence, and that's how it's been all year, though. I mean, we're confident whoever we go up against. We're well prepared, and we put in a lot of work. In practice, watching film, and so each week we're ready when it comes Saturday.
Jeremiah, your defense a little bit banged up. You're missing 3 of your main linebackers last week, and Will Alaveo had a cast on his hand. So just talk about how next man up. You got some freshmen and a junior that, like we mentioned earlier, they weren't even on the depth chart 2 weeks ago, and now they're kind of like what you were last year, getting an opportunity.
I mean, yeah, they played great last week, so I bet you they'll keep it going, and we'll get some more guys back healthy this week, so it'll be cool to see.
All right, Coach, what do you want to see out of your guys this week as you go back out on the road?
My big thing is just, all week long in practice, just work hard, earn the right to win on Saturday. We know we're playing a good team, and just like we've done all season long, really looking forward to us just going out, playing as hard as we can. Let's get it to a 1-score game in the 4th quarter, and then just find a way to finish and make plays when we need to.
So against North Alabama, you had played them twice. You'd never beaten the guys, right? I think this is the 4th meeting with Abilene Christian. You've never beaten the Wildcats, Coach. So we might as well do it back-to-back, right, guys? Yeah. We okay with that?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, before we head out of here, just want to mention that the Trailblazer men's basketball team will have their home opener on Wednesday. Tip-off at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock against Bethesda. 6:45 pregame on the Fan and Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube. And the women, Trailblazer women, they'll have their home opener Saturday at 2 against Northern Arizona. So while we're out on the road, you got some home games here to take in for Utah Tech. And then By the way, the men's basketball team, they play at Arizona Friday. Arizona just beat number 3 Florida last night in basketball. The Trailblazers got an overtime win on the basketball floor at South Dakota. So we got them covered, right?
We do.
All right, Bronson Barbin, Jeremiah Jamal, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having
We'll
us.
see you on the road in Abilene, Coach.
Thank
We'll see you in Texas.
Sounds great.
All right, the pregame Saturday afternoon will begin at noon on Trailblazer Sports Vision on YouTube and the Fan Sports Radio Network. Kickoff at 1 o'clock Utah time. Trailblazers and the Wildcats of Abilene Christian. We will see you on Saturday from big old Texas. See ya.